I ain't to be trusted.
Yo, pyramid solid here, man.
But you really, in the end,
yeah, I ain't to be trusted.
by the time that shit in, they gonna realize, man, that nigga that man been ran up under everybody. Even his own crew, even though that's what we doing to them niggas. We ran up on them, but you extra like, you all out yourself, nigga, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But you ain't really like that.
Slim G, nigga. All family and shit.
It's just something extra surprise again, like, damn.
Gonna get ready to shoot a little video scene for the movie G Code. You know what I'm saying? G Code.
It's just something to keep in mind. It work, it don't, it don't.
That's what smooth shit.
On this,
somebody gotta be the villain, motherfucker. I'll be the villain.
Hey, y'all want to get that scene while the blood bleeding before it get lit. I mean, like that damn dog. Well, y'all gonna be talking on the couch. It don't even matter. You do it inside, outside. Y'all control what y'all say. I just gave you an idea.
I got that good period.
What y'all doing?
You ain't even gotta share.
Y'all say however y'all take it. Y'all do y'all. But it's all about him just getting out. Him need to get back straight. But you gonna put him down.
Sound some type shit.
You gonna tell him what it is, whatever it is. I don't do that damn up here. Man, I really got a plan with all these niggas, man. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. That's your nigga.
I like looking at myself. That's why I be getting all the tattoos on my face. I'm gonna get some more to them for every fucking thing. We intimidate motherfuckers with show fake love. Like a
come back walking around
until next time. I gotta have it though. Yo, my nigga, it's that boy Pyramid Solid, nigga, aka Billy Boy for life. My nigga is real raw, nigga. We in this bitch gangsta sipping, my nigga. PSTV, my nigga. Hey, nigga, real shit, nigga. Hey, I got that, you know what I'm saying? I got the fancy glass that ain't. My nigga, new shit.
Come and take a ride with me.
Come take a ride, nigga.
Come do this homicide with me.
Come do this homicide, nigga.
We up in that ride with me.
Don't get up in this ride, nigga.
You can't do that time, man.
You can't do that time, nigga.
Come and take a ride with me.
Come take a ride, nigga.
Come do this homicide with me.
Come do this homicide, nigga.
Get up in this ride with me.
Don't get up in this ride, nigga.
You ain't down to die with me.
If you ain't down to die, come take a ride with a convicted felon. Whatever you see between you and me, you promise not to tell it. My criminal record show guns old and crack selling. Streets all I know, jumped off the post at the age of 7. Done been to war so many times, my nigga, I'm a veteran. I earned my stripes off in my city, nigga, I'm a legend. Niggas salute me when they see me, crackers won't arrest me. Throw me in Lake Butler to 2047. They pull me over, they gon' search me, they gon' ride dirty. They jump behind it, just be cool, my nigga, don't get nervous. You wanna do ride with a T, then nigga ride with a T. If you ain't ride it, nigga, should've stayed your ass up by the street, still wanna ride, nigga.
Come and take a ride with me.
Come take a ride, nigga.
Come do this homicide with me.
Come do this homicide, nigga.
Get up in this ride with me.
Don't get off in this ride, nigga.
You can't do that time, man.
You can't do that time, nigga. Come and take a
ride. That nigga like Sporty.
About what they play?
Business.
Hey.
That shit is. That nigga about that motherfucking business. I know what he about. Cause I remember I've been hearing you tell me how you been sliding, how you been grinding, how that dude ain't stop. He always, you know, you been trying to build that brand, that name.
No, but I seen him one broke.
I know it's hard.
When I bumped into him.
I know he been struggling.
Had a lot of shit going on.
But I know he gonna hit that spark. He gonna hit that dope.
Hey, Black, what's up? You wanna do your scene?
Whatever y'all want. What you want me to do, Will?
Okay. Now, see, ain't nobody in here on.
It ain't gotta be scripted, because you know I
No, you get in the scene. Hey, Slim,
Me too,
if
man.
you ever need to go get the thing, though, then let me know. I can run down the road. Okay, yeah. That way I can go get it and have it. I got it in my house.
Okay, check this out. See, Will?
Oh, God, my name God.
God.
Just talk to me like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Will, God. Listen, my point is this. I have a lot of people running up to me. Hey, man. Y'all just start. They got the part where
I'll be with you and let you and just take off like. Hold on, give me 1 second, Snoop. 1 second. I want to see how I want to open with Sporty real quick.
close circuit. Try that close circuit. What is close circuit?
No. You want to do that? I thought about that earlier today. Then I said something about that. I thought about that earlier today. I ain't know nobody was gonna agree with it.
That he just was talking about. That was
Now I'm gonna get him. I don't want to open them up on a dialogue somewhere. I know you can just
go.
Yeah, you can just go. I'm trying to open them on.
Like real shit. Real shit.
All right, I'll just ask a question.
Real shit.
Hey, man, you know what, man? I swear, man, I was just reading a book the other day, dog. You know what I'm saying? And when I read this shit, I wanted to holler at you about it, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a nigga who wrote a book or something when he was in the chain gang, and the nigga was talking about like how religion, politics, the streets, all of that shit tie into one big motherfucking cohesive whole. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. And that's what I got from the nigga when I was reading the book. You know what I'm saying? The nigga went from the streets. Then the nigga went into politics and showed how the politics tie into the streets. Then the nigga left from politics and showed how the politics tie into the religion. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the author name, but you know what I'm saying? What you think about that?
Now, I tell you the truth. What you'll find is this. We've been taught and conditioned to think certain ways. We've been taught to think that we ain't a part of the mechanism of everything that's going on. We got to be able to see ourselves in the bigger picture. That without us ain't shit. And this is what I'm gonna tell you what a black man lacking at, where it coming short is. So the first thing we gotta do is not allow them to set the groundwork or the framework for how we think. And they do it through something called education. See what I'm saying? When you look at the word education, it comes from a Greek word called educare, to bring out. So that means that you already had it in you, but you just weren't conscious of it. And this is the point I'm saying right now about the black man. It's a lot of shit we got in us. Even God himself is in us, but we ain't conscious of it. So to that effect, we all coming short. We shortcutting ourselves because we allow other people to plant information that we should not allow. If you got a garden, you wouldn't let somebody plant anything in your garden. Okay? So the same way about your wife, you wouldn't let somebody plant a seed in your garden, not any kind. See? So if you got a garden, you must protect that garden, defend that garden. Okay? And in this struggle that we're talking about, coming from chain gang, why are you in chain gang?
So what you mean, man? You know, we gotta defend our turf. We gotta protect our turf.
Right.
Our garden. Our turf is our garden. This the garden we know. You know, this neighborhood right here is the only garden we know. This our garden.
Yeah, right.
And these ops, they started coming through, sliding through. They shooting out the block. We trying to make money, my nigga. We ain't been able to. You know what I'm saying? So, what you mean, OG?
See, what I'm saying is like, for example, closed circuit. Closed circuit shit is like a family. It's family oriented. It's going back to the ancient shit. It's going back to ancient organizations, not this modern shit, not the modern ideas of organization to the point where these white folks got some shit called RICO and all that shit. It don't go to that point. It don't go to the extreme of violence and all that shit. There's no need for it. When you're a God, why you gotta fight? When you could have everybody fight for you. Dude, listen. So on the God level, closed circle don't feel like they're fighting a battle. We just struggling in a world that we wasn't prepared for when we came here. Didn't nobody tell us a damn thing. We had to figure it all out ourselves. We had to bump our head as we went. Nobody came out perfect. Nobody came out doing all the right things. We just figured it out as we went. You know, ain't nobody with all the answers. It's just sitting down like we doing right here amongst God. They call it the council for the God. Now, to those who ain't conscious of what a God is, then you can't tell me what I ain't. If you can't define what a God is, who are you to tell me that I ain't one? And until you know what type of God you serving, you might be serving me without even knowing. When you pray and bow down, you might be praying to me because it might be me that you offended. It is in that sense that prayer. Look up the word prayer if you don't believe me. The word prayer means that you did something wrong. You trespassed. You transgressed. You offended somebody.
Hey, you know, man, when I was locked up and I was sitting there doing time in Rock Road, that was one of my biggest questions, prayer. And I looked up a word called tefillah. It's a Hebrew word, tefillah. And then when I was studying this word right here, that word led me to a word called pilamed, right? And so when I really finally got down to the definition of prayer, the shit said it means to judge oneself.
What you did to me. That's what I'm saying. Did you do anything wrong to anybody? Did you disrespect your parents? You know, it's the question. It's a big ass question there behind the word tefillah. So it means check your own action, check your work in the world, check your motherfucking legacy you leaving behind you. You gonna leave a good one or a bad one. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of prison, listen, son, gods, there is no greater prison than the prison of the self. See, we can lie ourselves.
Hit them drugs with y'all, boy.
We can lie ourselves to get trapped. In the prison called self. Because all the things that you have, you think belongs to you, was placed in you by your enemy. How much do you know about your enemy? For example, where did you come from? If you allow your enemy to tell you, he allowed to tell you come from hell. Who am I? You the devil. You a Canaanite. What is a Canaanite? Somebody we should slaughter.
Stop.